Live. We should be live. Sorry about all of that. We had issues with the delay and everything, you know, problematic.
I don't think it's on.
It'll be up in a few seconds or so.
I see it.
Cause now if the stream crashes, I can just restart it immediately and it'll pop up.
My bad. So, alright guys, so Chain going Greenwich here with the Merc band. This is a pretty interesting team comp. They're actually just opting out of using forward and fire right now. And they're gonna go single rest with a single Gravekeeper. Gravekeeper, Seer, Perfumer, Met. That's a really, really interesting team comp. And I feel like when the advantage there is, I think there's two advantages that you can see here. Which
Cypher Rush.
The Gravekeeper, Cypher Rush. Cypher Rush is the primary thing. This will be this will be faster decoding than normal. And I think something else that you kind of might leave out is Perfumer with the Seer Owl is a lot harder to chase if you want to chase this Perfumer.
Mm-hmm.
However, this team comp is extremely fragile. This can be a really fragile team comp. And versus the Dream Witch, it's really risky to try to run side. Yes, it is me. Wait, when? Hello?
Yes, hello.
Everyone's saying I'm really quiet.
Are you? Let me see if I can fix that then.
Yeah, I am really quiet. God dang.
Alright, is this
When
better?
we're really quiet.
Hello?
Guys, is this better?
Let us know if this is better. Sorry.
Alright, tell me whenever it's ready.
It should be fine now.
Eli, what team this is? PXS versus Prodigy here. Alright, so Ching scoping out. Looks like he's going to be going straight for that mechanic. Mechanic already rotating off, trying to get into the factory. Good communication coming in from PXS survivors.
Indeed.
Oh, good trap.
Very nice.
Getting the free hit on, not a free hit, but getting that hit on the mechanic.
And he does have Patroller, so it's very likely that he will just use that to get her down.
Is he going to use Patroller on
a free hit. Yep. Patroller now.
There we go.
Right as the leeches are coming in.
Alright, good play there.
Ooh.
See, there he's predicting the owl, and I don't think the mech can make it to that window. Great down coming in from Ching here.
He cut her off so that he could use his spawn follower so that he doesn't lose his leech.
And one issue here is what the mechanic she died on top of the Perfumer Cypher. So that Cypher that was already a bit behind is now, pretty delayed.
Yeah.
However, like I said, after that kite, look, the Seer Cypher is already done, and the Gravekeeper Cypher was almost done as well.
Yeah, Perfumer's rotating off of her Cypher. She can't really work too much with that, with the leech there. But she is gonna go try to finish Gravekeeper's Cypher. But
unfortunately, no one's gonna be saving before half, it looks like. As, again, a single rescue team comp, and Ching did a great job of rushing the Gravekeeper save. It really, Oh boy. Is he gonna get a hit on the...
He's getting juked quite a bit, but he
is not the best.
does get the hit.
Third time's the charm.
And I don't think Mechanic is getting saved at all. It looks like the Perfumer's doing her best to body block for the Seer, but...
Is he gonna do a switch to Blink here to get the down? Looks like...
2 Cyphers remaining. He did switch to Blink, but he did miss it, unfortunately.
Using the Blink could really hurt him here. Let's see, he's gonna go back over here to try to leech the Seer. Perfumer Cypher is 50% now. Gravekeeper does not have one though, it looks like. As he is higher. So they have a Perfumer finishes the last Cypher. Great job there baiting the Perfume from Ching.
Yeah.
So now the Dream Witch, she's there's one cipher left, but there's no. I don't think there's actually a last cipher, and two of them are right on top of the chair.
Yeah, this is going to be very difficult. I don't know if Seer's going to be able to kite very well in this situation. Yeah, he does get down. And Perfume was working on the cipher that was right there. Got a hit on her.
It looks like the game may have just It looks like the game has definitely snowballed into Ching's favor. Yeah. As he's going over to cheer the grape. Hello, you going to the DC?
Someone did?
Aaron, your mic. Aaron? Okay. I didn't even know that. I think that was Aaron. I just heard a little bit of lag.
So right now they're cleansing so that they can heal up, but at this rate, I don't.
Oh, good pallet stun.
Very nice pallet stun. They won't be able to save the Seer though.
And that's what I was talking about earlier with the risk of fragile team comps is, see, they cipher rush, but then the gameplay just snowball. You know, it's too easy to snowball, I'm afraid. And they got the cipher rush, but he did a great job of capitalizing on, you know, the fragility of having only a single rescue, and that single rescue being a Gravekeeper.
Yeah. They're in a very difficult position, and it looks like he will get that down on the Gravekeeper. And
there's no lot. See, they did a good job of cipher rushing up front, but now there's no real since there was no last cipher, and the last cipher they were trying to work on, they decided to start near the chair. It just, you know, it just set up the prime opportunity for him to get this 4-man. So now, instead of prolonging the game and slugging it, you know, for it, I think he's just confident that he can get the blink kill on this Perfumer.
Yeah, he does have blink up on the leech, I think, on Perfumer's leech, and he also has the spawn follower to work with.
Good trap.
Nice trap.
And that secures the 4-man for taking the lead.
PR.
PR now has a 5-0 lead over PS starting off this round.
Yeah.
So again, he's gonna have to this puts PXS Instinct in a very tough position of having to get, you know, a 4-man win versus PR. And while Instinct is a very, very talented hunter, you know, PR survivors are also insanely talented, and they have a lot of experience practicing Dream Witch. So Instinct coming in, needing a 4-man to tie the round, there's a lot on his plate.
Yeah.
And
it's going to be a very difficult position, to be honest. I mean, it's always difficult.
But I wouldn't doubt him.
Hunter in that position.
I wouldn't doubt him just yet, though, because he started out, you know, the last series versus EM, his Dream Witch, you know, it took a beating. It did well, but EM survivors came out on top in that match. But after that, he proved that he's a hunter that came in clutch when it really counted, and was in a way the MVP of the last. I think he was probably the MVP for PXS in the matchup against EM. So I wouldn't put it past him to come out and pull some tricks out of his sleeve and maybe tie up the round.
Yep.
But again, Arms Factory Dream Witch, while it's a historically good map for Dream Witch, I really do feel like, especially after the rework, it's quite a bit easier for survivors to tie on this map. I also wonder if he knows this and he decides if he wants to bring out the Mad Eye.
I missed the invite.
When you got to accept it.
I missed it.
I see it on the stream.
Yeah, I missed it.
Silly win.
Shake my head. Shake my head. I missed it. I'm sorry.
So talking about there, that was a really, you know, impressive performance from King there, though.
Okay.
I'm in. You know, really showing how strong Dream Witch is. When there's your chance, invite, accept.
Where are you? There you are.
How did PR recruit him? Orange Club PR is also a very top team, and I'm sure they asked. 1 second. When? I'm gonna be right back. Something just came up.
But yeah, I mean, PR honestly is probably just going to go here. Honestly, like honestly, I'd be going for a tie just to be safe. But like, probably not going to try anything too risky to go for a win, really. Yeah, I mean, their hunter put them in a very good position right now. So they're gonna see if I can add instinct real quick. Yeah, I mean, PR is just gonna have to ride on what their hunter gave them, and I mean, they're in a good position.
Here. Slide. I don't see anyone say anything bad about. Sorry, I came back a bit late. I didn't mean. I was saying I don't think I see anyone. I also don't think Ching would be top hunter, and I don't think he's #1 Bloody Queen in Asia server too because lag is too much. But correct me if I'm wrong.
I think he previously might have been, but I don't know.
So I'm seeing in the chat that he's #1 Bloody Queen in Asia server and NA.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't think.
I don't know about that.
Think so,
but Numer, anyone from PR, tell me if I'm wrong there. I'm not doubting him. I just didn't know. That's a lot of playing and a lot of bad lag.
Yeah.
So again, I'm interested to see what he's gonna ban. Goes with the Seer ban.
One of the safer bans for Greenwich. Seer can be very difficult.
When my game age is glitched, like really hard.
Really? It looks like Instinct's choosing between Mad Eyes and Greenwich?
No. I mean, like, it literally shows me in my lobby, but I can't move or anything. So I'm gonna
you want to try restarting your app?
I am restarting my app. I'm just hoping I didn't get tabbed out. Basically, something came up and I had to run in. I believe it was like a short emergency.
Alright, just let me know how it goes. Yeah.
Okay, now it's working. My bad.
Yeah, the PR member right now, the mercenary, that's Miasma. Yeah, he's
Miasma, another top,
very good rescuer.
Yeah, Miasma's a very very talented rescue, and he's also been like all these players right here, except for maybe Numer. I'm not sure when Numer started. I know Numer's
the newest one, I think, out of all.
Yeah. Is that Walmart?
Walmart's on forward.
I know they had like a weird name switch, so they had a name switch all that. So Walmart on forward. All right. Again, these are all like really, really veteran players, and they've been going. They've been practicing extremely hard. With PR being a newer team, but they've put in a lot of work in these last 2 tournaments and done extremely well. So this is gonna be a close matchup. See, it's like Instinct is just going with the Dream Witch.
Yeah, it's a good map for her, and she's a very strong first-round hunter. I can definitely see why he'd go with her. So we'll see how this matchup goes. They're going typical triple rescue mechanic team. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah.
Whew. I am gonna take a drink of water real quick.
Alright.
Sorry.
Yeah, so he is going with
alright, so very
Dreamwitch.
Very meta team comp here, especially for Arms Factory. Oh yeah, and Numer is first priestess. All these guys are very high ranked players and
yeah.
I haven't really seen Walmart forward in a while. I know though OT's been going hard on mech recently. I know Meow's been playing Merc for the longest time. Yeah. And Numer, is a top grave and top priestess. So
Yeah.
Matt's finally starting up. Time to see.
Let's see.
Can Instinct get this 4-man?
Alright, so spawning in deep sandbags. Usually hunters will just run kind of for middle, maybe factory from here. Just looking around. There's usually survivors that spawn quite close, and he does see the forward. Probably doesn't want to chase him.
Is he going to decide to leech the forward? And so the coding looks like not. Alright, he sees forward and Gravekeeper aside too. And is forward going to give a free hit?
Almost, but he did dash away in time.
Good discipline though on Walmart. Sometimes you have to use a lot of football. You have to use a bit of football to get away, because using a bit of football is a lot better than giving out a free hit.
She does have quenching
especially
effect.
Versus the Dreamwood.
So, yeah, usually against a team like this, yeah, in a few seconds, with no presence, she will be able to see where the mechanic is, and hopefully down her relatively quickly.
Alright, getting that bot.
Got the bot, and now she knows where mechanic is, and will be going for her.
He's going to go straight for the mechanic, it looks like. Good play. So
mechanic is the best chase on this team, simply because she's a weak kiter and the strongest decoder, so you want to just find her as fast as possible and kill her as fast as possible, as everyone else is going to be decoding slowly compared to her. The ciphers are
alright, good blinking the first hit.
Yep.
So one thing that kind of concerns me a bit about what Instinct with Dream, which is, I think it was very risky whenever you're using the strategy of going seer ban and then holding your leech. It cannot. A lot of Dream Witches that use the strategy, they tend to leech a rescuer to slow down decoding a bit to compensate for the amount of rotation that has to be done.
Because it's very likely that you're just gonna find all of the rescuers first, and so you want to get the
4 ciphers remaining.
That pressure on the ciphers and everything.
Does the leech have blink? Like yes, it does, but it won't need it. Alright, getting the kill.
It looks like forward and Grave are about to finish their ciphers. Mechanic, her cipher's almost at 50%. She won't be able to finish it, but she did get quite a bit of decoding done. So the cipher rush is honestly looking pretty good for them right now. It's Mechanic's first time on chair, and forward cipher is almost primed at this point.
Good stun. Forward doesn't have a whole lot of football left, but he's doing a good job here. Alright.
Solid save.
Good taking from the forward. Up.
But that slow ball speed.
Mechanic.
Yeah.
So, Instinct in this position is going to have to leech the mech.
Yep.
Forward does already have a leech on him, which is good.
Yeah.
But these ciphers are going down very quick.
And the last 2 ciphers are both almost primed. So at this point, it's just gonna be very tough for Instinct to come out and get the 4-man. Yeah.
If he plays, it's gonna be up to his end game to determine really the outcome of this. But his positioning isn't especially strong, as the last cipher's really far away. See, they do a good job of trying to die away from everyone. You want to die away from the last ciphers, and PR is well conditioned. So.
Forward's also just taking his time to de-leech right now, since he can do it. There's someone at the gate and everything. I mean, not at the gate. At the
so what they're gonna do
cipher.
is they didn't pop right there because they want the Merc to at least get halfway.
Yeah.
So that way, So they're in that. So now the Merc will be full health on pop.
Yep.
Great pop. And, well, he does have leech and it's a mechanic kiting, so there's not a high chance of it, but dungeon is there.
He does blink to catch up to her faster and make sure she won't be able to get that dungeon. It's not a very good place, so now he's just running into the corner, so that when he dies, he'll just be as far away from a chair as he can be to buy just those like few extra seconds as his teammates finish opening the gate and get out.
And there we looks like an 8-1 victory in the first round for PR.
Yep.
Which is that's a really, really strong start to have.
It's a very strong lead that they have right now, and we'll see how they keep it up in the next matches. PXS is gonna have a difficult time catching up, but we've seen Instinct completely turn games around like later on, so things can definitely change.
Yeah, like she said, PXS did lose the first round versus EM, but they came out and they just put up a super strong performance and clutched out and got that win. So it's not over yet.
Definitely
but
not.
If they do lose the second round,
if they lose the second round, then PR moves on.
Yeah, and that's the thing there is, he had pretty decent chase. The problem is whenever you're going for that rotating, and if you're not leeching a rescue, or you're not decoding, if you're not slowing down decoding much, he did a good job of kind of rotating him a bit, but he did a good job of, like making the forward burn some football early game, and he killed the mech doll. So he did a few things to stop it, but overall, that's just the risk of, that playstyle of Dream Witch. Is it really, a good team that's really coordinated and they're still decoding solid and they're kiting solid? There's just not a whole lot of room to work with. You don't buy yourself as much time. And unfortunately, Instinct found himself a bit short on time when, whenever it came time to, whenever you have to make the plays to win the game, he just didn't have enough time to do it, unfortunately, for him.
Yeah. It's hard, like, when a team is cypher rushing you, that's what you want to do against a Dream Witch. Like, the faster you decode, the better. Because when she has more time, if you're not decoding, then that's when she really has time to make plays, like endgame plays, and really turn games around. Yeah.
So I'm looking at the chat. So, Frost, if you did hit him, it would have slowed down max decoding, so what about time? Well, the issue there, Steve, is if you hit someone, it's really hard to hit a Merc or a forward or a Grave and get the kill in time if you have a mech cypher rushing. In addition to that, whenever you're doing a Seer ban, your primary objective is to kill the mech, which he did, but it's also a strat that's really risky because if the mech kites well, and the team cypher rushes well, you just simply don't have as much time, to make big plays. And it's not that he's incapable of them. It's just that simply PR decoded and kited really well.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so
they both played well. All right, it's just,
So going into the second round, what are you expecting to see from PR and from PXS?
I don't know. PXS is probably feeling a lot of pressure right now. They had a rough start, and honestly, PR I think is more likely to play it a little safer, whereas PXS might be playing more risky.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a big difference in play style. Is PR, they play in they're very stable on what they're doing, whereas PXS, they have a lot of tricks up their sleeve. They have a lot of different things they'll try out, and it can work sometimes, but sometimes it's a very risky thing here. But whenever you're looking here, it's PXS has to kind of gauge: do we, how are we going to win this in the long run? This first round was rough for us. You're down 8-1. You're back to the wall. What you have to, whenever the math is not in your favor at that point, what you really have to do is win the next two rounds. Because you can you have to find a way to mount an 8-1 performance on a team, or a 10-0 performance on a team in a round. And that's just something that's going to be so hard to do versus PR. If I'm PXS, we need a big. We just need some big plays, and we need to kind of keep PR under control.
To be honest,
1 second.
PR right now, since they are in a bit of a more stable position, I know that their hunter like is a pretty good bloody queen. And if they really don't want to give room for PXS to make too many plays, I won't be surprised if he goes ahead and uses Bloody Queen on this map right now. And just tries to secure a solid tie, maybe a win if there's some mistakes made. And leave the rest up to the survivors, especially on a map like Sacred, which is very good for survivors.
When I need an invite.
Okay, I'm inviting. You just...
Could you accept?
You just said save me a spot and invite me later.
Invite me.
I'm inviting you, I'm inviting you.
There we go. My bad.
Alright.
Let's see. So yeah, so yeah, PXS, they don't want to mess with the Dream Witch. So now you have to take the Bloody Queen here.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely. Because Ching is the first Bloody Queen. He is also, you know, he's a very talented axe boy as well.
Yeah.
But when you're in a position like this where just a stable, because if they tie overall, that's fine for PX.
For PR.
If they just get the tie, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's all they really need.
They can just tie the next 2 rounds and then it's a win.
Yeah, PR can really just tie out here, and they can, like when said, if they tie this round, then PXS will need to mount an 8-1.
Although with a mechanic
to tie it,
and mercenary band,
going with the Merc and the mech band.
Priestess in that?
Whew.
I'm not sure what he's gonna. Okay, Merc and mech band.
I'm gonna go ahead and predict the Dream Witch. I mean, not the Dream Witch, Bloody Queen. Because what I'm betting here is he doesn't want to deal with Cypher Rush. He knows that no one on this team there's no really set forward main on this team, as we just saw. So if he, you know, and then he also is known to bring excitement on Bloody Queen to counter the forward.
Yeah.
So that may be the strat that he's going for. If there's a forward, he'll go excitement. If there's not a forward, he'll go blink. If he's going with the Bloody Queen, looking like an axe boy.
He's considering axe boy, because I think if he was just going for a solid tie as BQ, I don't think he'd really take like if he's just going for a solid tie as BQ, I think it would be fine to just not ban the mech and tunnel her down.
Well, also I think it's a bit smart.
But
I think it's a bit smart here, when also because the Cowboy threat. Axe Boy can handle Cowboy a lot better than Bloody Queen can. However, Sacred Heart, yeah, it looks like he's going with the Axe Boy.
It's a very
difficult
map.
The only issue, yeah, it's a difficult map for Axe Boy, Sacred Heart. It's really a difficult map for almost any hunter.
Especially with a priestess on the team that can, like, she can really help people transition and really help people rebound kite, whether it's with her long portal or just with her support portals within hospital. Since hospital is such a strong kiting area, like when survivors get there, it can be very difficult for hunters to do something about that. May, are you still there?
I am here, sorry.
Okay, just making sure. Legacy will not be playing on stream today.
It's most likely going to be held offline.
Yeah, it's most
mainly me and Windar. So basically, Grizzly and Cats are streaming in the link below if you want a bit more professional MP.
Yeah, definitely.
However, we're just kind of doing, you know, a double in, kind of a little bit of a bootleg, just having fun.
Yeah, having fun and streaming, just so that people have a stream on YouTube to watch.
Because a lot of people on Twitch, so this is, you know, you got YouTube, welcome to the club. Alright, finding the Cowboy in a really bad area.
Yeah.
A good lasso.
Yeah, Rekt is a very good Cowboy. I've played with him a lot. I really trust him.
So now leaving the corrupt area, he's got that fireball on him. Ooh. Keeping up the consistent lassoing the pallets. He's constantly transitioning. Ching missing the fireball a bit.
Yeah, Rect is in a very difficult position right now, like trying to kite in this area.
Mistiming that lasso a bit and giving the hit.
And
Ching
now
also using keeper axe. I'm also noticing something interesting when this is build. He's going.
The speed boost helped him catch up.
Surprised that the Seer Owl could have really assisted in that kite there. But still overall a decent kite, and it's definitely not. It's going to be hard for the survivors to win this game, but with good gameplay, you know, they can tie it.
Yeah.
And while, you know, it's not likely that they win out of it, this is not really a winning position if you're survivors.
Yeah.
This is still, you know.
Yeah, right now, I mean, it looks like no one's going for save. He's in a very bad chair. Very far from everyone. Very difficult. And, like, even if he gets saved, it's hard to rebound kite from there. It looks like they might just be trying to save their resources to last as long as they, like, do what they can later in the game to secure the tie, at least. Yeah. So, we're seeing how it's going. Ciphers are almost done. Forward looks like he's gonna lurk nearby, maybe keep the tinnitus up so that he doesn't feel like he can leave.
Or is he gonna go? Nope, he's not gonna go for save.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little bit loopy today.
So, there's 3 ciphers remaining, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and then Priestess is about to finish another one, so 2 ciphers really. And so now they're just gonna play it safe. The forward conserved is tied, the Seer still has his owl, Priestess has portals, so they're in a very good position right now in terms of their resources. Like, they can definitely pull a tie out if they play this right.
The only risk here is the ciphers overall, the positioning. It's gonna be a bit tricky for them.
A lot of them are very close by. Just barely misses that fireball, but gets the pallet hit. Very nice.
Wow.
Yeah, the ciphers are positioned very close to each other, so it's going to be difficult for the survivors right now. We'll see what they do. Oh, nice
kind of running in.
Yeah.
Good fireball, good fireball. Seer's still conserving his owl here, and the forward's going to be dying on top, or pretty close to Seer's cipher.
So this is a bit of a difficult position for the survivors, honestly. We'll see what they do. Still an owl to hit, still conserving it just in case. Priestess seems to be going for the save. Now everyone's injured.
So is forward going to use... No, it's definitely not the position the survivors want to be in necessarily.
Ooh.
Good fireball.
Very good fireball. Yeah, now everyone's injured, and the forward still does have his football, and the Seer still has his owl, but unfortunately the Seer is died by his cipher, which is very close to, which is just, I mean, it's the furthest cipher and everything, so, and with the peepers, the decoding is going to be even more difficult.
So yeah, like I said, he's got good control over the final 3 ciphers. Doesn't even matter to see if Priestess happens to finish Hospital.
Yeah.
There's just no real way for them to pull this off.
Yep. And now he's going to go and destroy the super portal, and they're not going to be able to get a save off of Seer, most likely. So, honestly, very difficult position they find themselves in. Yeah, I mean, it looks like Seer's gonna die. 2 ciphers remaining. They're healing up. Probably just gonna play for the 1 man as much as they can, but even that's gonna be difficult, I think. Definitely not impossible, but difficult. Misses that fireball just a little bit, but...
Well, he's able to catch up and try to keep the forward off of that Cypher, especially because that Cypher is worked on more than any other Cypher. It's important just, secure that.
Forward's transitioning back into hospital. Now he's gonna go pressure the Priestess.
Priestess has no... Priestess does not have any portals. Running kind of back down into him.
Yeah.
Can he get the drop hit? Oh, barely missing the drop hit.
But got a nice fireball on her. Very, very good job. Just camping that pallet, and he does get the hit. So it looks like he will just leave her with a peeper to slow down her fast healing just a little bit. And chase the forward. I think he probably saw that the Cypher was wiggling, so he knows where he is, approximately. Yeah. Did he not spot the tracks?
This is going to be a pretty long game here, but as you can see, they really, Ching really has the game, in his favor right now.
Yeah.
Because there's really nothing these survivors can do to come back. Because the last 3 Cyphers are right in a row. Priestess has used her exit path and is injured and cannot self-heal. And forward, there goes his last bit of football.
Yep. It's definitely, not the best position.
Good, misjudging that, he gets, misjudges his pallet hit a little bit.
But he is going into hospital where Priestess is located at the moment. If he gets the Priestess right now,
Fireball, whatever.
Ooh.
Now it's close. Well, it looks like the only chance here, okay, he's smart here because he knows this forward's going to try to slide back and finish it. He's going to keep the forward off.
Yeah.
Forward has nothing to work with and is injured.
Ooh, nice juke. But it looks like he will go down right here.
Fortunate. And he knows exactly where Priestess is because she just destroyed a peeper. And they're going to go back into hospital for more shenanigans.
Yeah, forward's probably just going to try to heal himself up, see if he can get to that Cypher and pop it, but Priestess will have to last.
Priestess is going to have to kite a very long time, and unfortunately, the forward there's not a whole lot of time to work with, because there's only so much time a Priestess can buy whenever she's injured like this. Barely missing the fireball. Now she's going into ruins.
Forward is heading straight for the Cypher, it looks like, but the Priestess is down. The last time I remember him pinging, it was 70%, so the question is, will he be able to get that
if they can pull this off, it'll be...
But I don't...
My thing is Axe...
Yeah, Axe Boy has so much mobility, so...
Just don't think he has the speed.
Yeah, he doesn't have the decoding speed to really do anything about this. And it looks like he got
and there we go. That should secure the 4-man.
Yep.
Great Axe Boy gameplay coming in from Ching here. So now again, if PXS is even going to make it into the 3rd round, Severe has to get a 4-man here.
Yeah. Which is always a difficult position for a hunter, and...
You're on Sacred Heart, you're facing top survivors, you're on a map that's really heavily sighted against your hunters.
Yeah.
And you need that 4-man.
It's a difficult position. We'll see what he can do.
Ching is really popping off this series, going with 2 4-mans right off the... Wow. His Dream Wish did fantastic, and his Axe Boy also did fantastic.
He's doing great right now.
I mean, PR Survivors did great, the first game. Instinct of, everyone here is trying their best. Everyone is doing good. It's just that early start of that early game in that first round matchup really it's gonna make things really tough, like, for PXS to navigate coming out on top in the series.
Yeah.
So, and here's my ready for my prediction. I think that PR is actually going to take Instinct Dreamwitch again.
I think so too. Because I know PR has good strategies against Dreamwitch, especially on this map. And they're very they have a lot of practice against a great Dreamwitch. They have their strategies down. I definitely would not be surprised if they go ahead and take the Dreamwitch, especially since all they need right now is a one-man to win. And
with all they need here, and this gets PX,
they can do that.
Yeah, so that's the thing is Dreamwitch is, she's really tough on Sacred, and I think PR knows that. So here's the scenario. PR knows that the Mad Eyes can pose a threat. While Mad Eyes is definitely not a character that's as strong as Dreamwitch, he's a character that people typically have a lot less experience against. And he's he's very, very wild party. If a Mad Eyes pops off really hard, a lot of things can go wrong. And given that Instinct is a long time standing top Mad Eyes, and Sacred Heart, it's an interesting map for him. Some really like it, some really don't.
Yeah.
So there's a good chance, I think, that PR is just like, well, we'll just take the Dreamwitch, get one person, try to get one person out, which is a risky strategy, but given this situation, it's not, the worst option. The other option is just saying, well, respecting the Dreamwitch and taking the Mad Eyes and seeing what the Mad Eyes can do. Open up.
All right. But yeah, I definitely I'm expecting them to, take the Dreamwitch. They're banning Axeboy, it looks like, who's definitely a very difficult hunter to go against at times. Instinct's banning Mechanic and Priestess. So,
I wonder what you're gonna. I think you're gonna see the Bonbon here again.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Bonbon, honestly.
There we go.
He may be picking him.
That's a really interesting pick, because when you're out of this situation, Bonbon is a hunter that's so hard to four-man with.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a very talented Bonbon, so I'm not saying it's impossible from a strategic standpoint.
But it's very difficult.
This is a big...
Especially since a lot of the time against Bonbon, people just don't save.
Yeah.
And that's where he really excels at his camping. If you don't save, he can't really capitalize off of his camping. But he still has to save near the chair because he can't give a free save. And that's where, if it's a bad kite, they're still, in a position to at least one man off of 10. And if it's a good kite, they tie or win off of that. So...
going with the triple rescue seer strategy, it looks like. Very, very interesting choice here. It's definitely not unheard of. It's a very heavy team comp, but I think they can make it work.
They didn't go Explorer, but...
Yeah, Explorer is actually a top meta character right now. So Explorer's, he's not a mean pick, believe it or not.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see, I guess they were likely expecting, the Mad Eyes more, rather than the Bonbon. And Seer,
I think what they were doing here is they're just, trying to take it, they're trying to go heavy on the Dreamwitch. They're trying to tempt him in the Dreamwitch, but he's not going for the Dreamwitch, he's not going for the Mad Eyes, he's going for the Bonbon, which isn't really the worst option as well, because there is a Gravekeeper, and Gravekeeper is weak against Bonbon.
As is Seer. So, yeah, and then the decoding is going to be pretty slow since they have no decoders. Their Mechanic is gone. They didn't take the Explorer or anything. So...
Yeah. Explorer is meta actually because you can cipher with him, and you can hide. If you don't
Like,
believe
you don't
me,
get
just
that.
watch top Chinese play. I thought it was
Watch IBL.
But, watch the top players in China, the Identity V League, IVL. Almost all those teams do use Explorer, believe it or not. Very little Prisoner, no Mind's Eye. It's always Mech or Explorer for your decoder.
Yeah, so we'll see how this goes. I mean, definitely for Bomb, this isn't the worst team to go against. We'll see. But yeah, it's definitely hard to win as Bomb, and especially just on this map and everything. Like, his Bomb's very strong, so I'm excited to see it.
When I just had something so odd, well, I'll tell you after. Let's just say I was drinking water out of a cup that was a lot less clean than I thought it was. That's never a pleasant experience.
Again, bad life decisions.
Yeah.
Remember my intro?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so it looks like he might be finding the Gravekeeper first.
Where is he going to find him? Because Gravekeeper would be a good pick. It would be a great character to find for the Bomb.
And
again, Instinct,
see him.
looking at that build, he's just going straight up with Blink.
No, teleport.
I am blind today. I don't know what I am on.
Everyone else is decoding, and Numer's gonna just do his best to kite, running straight for Hospital. It's the best area on the map to kite, although at times it can be a little difficult against Bomb simply because you can't always see the bombs very well.
Ooh,
nice
that was
bomb
a really
hit.
good bomb.
And now Numer decided to go underground, so Instinct probably just gonna try to see if he can bomb him out, but Numer's doing a really good job dodging most of these bombs.
Numer's great at putting in work. He's gonna teleport.
But it's on top of the
Unfortunately, he finds the Mercenary.
And Miasma's doing
Is he gonna commit?
Making a smart play, like making sure to kite away from all of the ciphers, going into a corner where no one's decoding, no one is. So he's not even like leading him into. Ooh, nice
getting a bomb
bomb
hit on Miasma.
Ooh, another
getting
one.
another nice bomb hit.
The benefit of chasing a Mercenary is if he goes down, it's very difficult for anyone else to save.
There goes through about. He has no elbow pads left. Unfortunately, these ciphers are going to be going pretty well.
And he does get the Merc down. 2 of the ciphers are almost done, but Gravekeeper is not very far yet. And now Forward will have to do the rescue if anyone goes at all.
Now, remember, they're just playing for a one-person out right now. That's all they need.
I definitely wouldn't be surprised if they didn't even bother saving, because a Mercenary lasts so long on Chair. If they make him just wait that out the entire time, then he's going to be in a very difficult position. That was a very nice stun from Cats. He did get a bomb hit, but he did end up saving.
That's OT.
Oh my god, I'm so dumb.
Cats didn't think, yeah.
I'm so used to Cats being their forward.
Yeah.
I just automatically just. Oh my god. It was a good stun from OT. My bad.
Getting the nice save. Merc will go down again though. Looking through ciphers, it's looking like a tie. Especially because Merc's chair time and these ciphers. Oh wait, but if he gets the chair on top of this cipher, yeah.
Yeah.
This may complicate things a little bit for them.
They play. Yeah, they're co-op decoding right now, getting nice bombs, but teleported to Mercenary's chair.
So it looks like over there in Ruins, they're just trying to not make sure that cipher gets knocked out. Instinct teleporting back to camp.
Looks like OT is finally like rotating away, making sure to get some distance, get away from the cipher as well. one cipher is left, so they started healing, it looks like, but he is committing to that chase rather than camping the cipher too hard right now. He might go back to it if he notices someone working on it, but at the moment... Oh. Nice hit.
Good play from Instinct. See, that cipher looks like it's gonna get... Yeah, they're gonna rush it while he...
Yeah, they're rushing it right now.
Oh wow, they only hit one person. Remember, Seer still has his owl, so this save shouldn't be impossible to make.
And again, they only need one man out. That if they even bother rescuing.
Because he doesn't have detention, so it's a real good bomb.
Honestly, if I were in their position, I probably wouldn't save at all.
True. Good save.
Well, not exactly not save at all. I just would have popped the cipher. Because then either he lets you open the gate, or he camps the chair. And again, all they need is one man. And the gate's open. Yeah, at this point, Gravekeeper's underground.
Yeah.
No detention.
The Gravekeeper's
all he needs to do is get out and...
Oh, but I think also the Gravekeeper's a tie turner. So yeah, see, Instinct's aware of that. He's just trying to avoid losing. And he's just going to take him away from the chair.
Yeah, he's doing what he can, but Seer did get an owl.
Oh, wow.
Oh! Very nice.
Great
The
bombs
hit. The bomb hit right before he downed him. That was very good.
Instinct's really doing the best he can here. You got to give a lot of props to him because he's had, you know, it's a hard plate to work with.
Yeah.
When your survivors go 0-10, you have to really make up this point. And he tried his best, but like we said earlier, that's one of the limitations of Bonbon is you just don't have that cipher control.
And not just
It's
Bonbon,
necessary
but like
to consistent.
just being in that
And
position
versus
second round, you know? It's hard.
So, in the finals, you're going to see Prodigy versus either Atlas, Legacy, or B4U, depending on how it pans out. Atlas will be taking the Atlas Legacy match will be taken. It'll be decided off screen.
Yeah.
Due to, you know, some technical and time and scheduling errors. But overall, GG's to PXS and GG's to PR. Both teams played great. And I'm looking forward to, you know, seeing the rest of the matches and how the rest of the tournament plays out.
Hopefully the stream won't be too messy tomorrow, but, I mean, worst case, we might just have to do the same thing as we did today. Hopefully this was alright. If you guys were able to hear us and everything was fine, I hope that's alright. You know, hope it worked out. So, yeah, thanks for joining us and watching. We will be streaming again tomorrow, however it happens. I hope you guys join in and watch again. We're really looking forward to it. So, yeah.
Anyway, I will see y'all tomorrow.
Alright, bye everyone.